Good afternoon, students. So yesterday we have finished up to this. We have plotted the MS diagram, and after that we have plotted the MS by EI diagram. Okay. So this MS by EI diagram you will get in this way. So from this point to this point, the moment of inertia is I, and from this to this it is 3I, as you can see here. Okay, so that's why the MS by EI diagram you will get in the composite section, where we have divided into three parts. So this magnitude, complete magnitude is 500 by EI, and this is, you can see this is 200 by EI, and the smaller one is 200 by 3 EI, because I is changing from this point to this. So this becomes 200 by 3 EI. So this is the first rectangle. So for rectangle, the length is 3. So area will be L into 1 by EI. So L will be 3 into, this becomes, this total is 500 by EI. So this is 200 by EI. So ये 200 by EI है. Okay. And this is 300 by EI. Total 500 minus 200. Okay. Then we will locate CG of this rectangle. Okay, and we will locate the value of P. It is denoted by P1. So this will be located exactly at the center. So that is B by 2, which is equal to 3 by 2, that is it is 1.5. Okay, then for triangle, this is the second section we have considered. This is first section and this is third section. So for second section, P2, it is located by B by 3. So B by 3, 3 by 3. So this distance become 1. And third is P3. So from this reference point, you have to locate the centroid of this triangle, and the load we have considered is P3. So from this distance, this total यहाँ से यहाँ तक 3 है, और प्लस दिस ये ऐड हो जाएगा, that is B by 3. So 3 plus B by 3, you will get 3.67. You will get this distance, you can see B by 3 is 0.67. So 0.67 plus 3, you will get 3.67. And the CG of this analogous column section, it is X bar, we have calculated already, 3.59. So we got the location of P1, P2, P3 from A. Okay. So after getting this, we can find out the value of the eccentricity of the loading. Okay. So for P1, as X bar is 3.59, so P1 के लिए eccentricity हो जाएगी यहाँ से YY axis तक. Okay. This is जो दिख रहा है, this is your YY axis. Okay. So YY axis CG of the analogous column section is 3.59. So P1 is, यहाँ से P1 locate किया है 1.5. So what is the eccentricity of this P1 about YY axis? That is E1. So this distance will become 3.59 minus 1.5. Similarly, P2, you will get this distance, that is E2. So E2 will become 3.59 minus 1. You will get 2.59. And both is located on the left of YY axis. So eccentricity will be negative. And E3 will become, P3 we have located here. So from this, E3 will be, you have to calculate the distance E3. This will be your eccentricity of the loading, E3. Okay, so total E3 from this, it is 3.67 minus 3.59. You will get this distance. That will be eccentricity of the loading from this dotted y-y axis. Okay, so 3.67 minus 3.59, and as this P3 is located to the right of y-y axis, this E3 eccentricity will become positive. So E1, E2 will become negative and E3 will become positive. So in the next step, we will see the calculation. So this is the step number 5. So total load will become area of MS by EI diagram. So first section जो है वो rectangle है and 2 and 3 both are triangle. So for the first rectangle section, magnitude is 200 by EI. So and it is minus. So minus length is L into 1 by EI. So 3 into 200 by EI minus second is triangle. So triangle के लिए area होगा half into base into height. Base is 300 and height of this is 300 by EI minus third triangle. It is again half into base into height. Here you can see this height, it is 200 by 3 EI. So after simplifying this, you will get the total load is minus 1,116.67. Okay, you do this calculation and check your value with this value. Then eccentricity of loading. Already I told you how to find out the eccentricity of loading. So E1 and E2 both are negative because it is located to the left of CG. It is located to the left of CG, and value of E3 will become plus because it is located on the right of CG. You can see that from that figure, and this is E1 E2 x bar minus the location of that P1 you will get. So minus sign as it is located to the left of CG. So 3.59 minus 1.5, it is 2.09. Why minus? Because left. Same for E2 and E3, it will become 3.67 minus 3.59 because E3 location, P3 is located to the right of CG, and from A it is located 3.67. So as it is right, we have considered it plus. Okay, then we will find out the moment of inertia about y-y axis. So that is force into the perpendicular distance. So similarly, my1 plus my2 plus my3. 3 sections are there. So we will add all the moments. So my will become P1 into E1 plus P2 into E2 plus P3 into E3. So we have the value of P1, P2 and P3. So we'll put this value in this equation and we will solve this. You'll get the moment of inertia about y-y axis. Okay, only my, that is P into E, P1 E1 plus P2 E2 plus P3 E3. P1 means this is the value of P1, this is value of P2 and this is the value of P3. All value will be in minus because we are getting the negative moment. Okay, so this is the moment about y-y axis. Okay, that is 2414.17 divided by EI. Okay, and here if you refer this MS diagram, this is your MS diagram. So in the MS diagram, already I told you in the yesterday class, so statically determinate moment MSA, moment at A, it is minus 500, and statically determinate moment at B, MSB, it is equal to 0. Okay, so A पे moment minus 500 है. Why I have told you here? Because use of this is to find out the final moment. MSA, MSB. Statically determinate moment at A, 500 है. 100 into 5 minus 500. Okay, and MSB it is 0. So that will be used to find out the final bending moment. Okay, so this is, we get the value of my and we get the value of P, that is total load. Then the last step is to use the basic equation of column energy and to find the indeterminate moment at A and indeterminate moment at B. So same equation, P by A plus MYY by IYY into X. So put the value of P, area is the area of analogous column section, value of MYY. Just now I have shown you this value, and P is minus plus moment of inertia about YY axis into X. So you'll get this equation in terms of X, minus 209.51 plus 61.04 into X. So then again you have to find out the indeterminate moments at A and B. So if you show it on the analogous column section, so it is just like this analogous column section, or you can plot a single line also. Only you have to show the YY axis here. This is the YY axis, and this is point A, and this is point B, and this is the centroid of the analogous columns. So this centroid of the analogous column section, it is located 3.59 X bar of the analogous column section. So here only you have to put the value of X. So MIA at X is equal to कितना रहेगा, and MIB at X is equal to कितना रहेगा. So if A point is located on the left of YY and B is located on the right of YY. So MIA at X is equal to always रहेगा X bar of your given analogous column section. So X bar is 3.59. X bar is 3.59. But why we have taken is minus? Because A is located to the left of CG. Okay, or we can say left of YY axis. That's why we have taken it is minus 3.59. Okay, so we'll put the value of X in this equation. So minus 209.51 plus 61.04 into minus 3.59. This is the value of X bar. Only you take it in minus sign. You'll get indeterminate moment at A. It is minus 428.64. Then indeterminate moment at B. So the total span, it is 9 meter. So 9 minus 3.59. 9 minus 3.59. You will get the 3.59, 9 minus 3.59, that is 5.41. Okay, so this is 9 minus 3.59, 9 minus 3.59, because B total is 9. So this 9 minus 3.59, you will get this distance. So this distance will become 5.41. So as B is located on the right of CG, it is plus. So we will find out this value, that is 120.71. Then we'll get the final moment, that is MS minus MI. So MA will become MSA minus MIA. So just now I told you MSA is from MS diagram you have to calculate this value. So MSA, statically determinate moment at A. So it is minus 500. So minus 500 minus of minus 428.64. You will get the final moment at A, that is minus 71.36. And MB, always MSB will become 0 because we have removed that support. So moment at B will be 0. This is a determinate moment at B. And indeterminate moment at B, it is 120.71. So you'll get the end moment B, that is final moment at B, is minus 120.71. So this is how we can calculate the final moment MA and MB. Okay, after getting this value MA and MB, so this sign conventions you have to use. Hogging moments are negative and sagging moments are positive. So here both the moments are negative. So this is a hogging moment and we can show it in this way. Okay, then you can plot the bending moment diagram. So AP moment is minus 71.36 and B is again minus 120.71. So this is, you can plot the shear force diagram. For that you need to find out the reaction at A. and reaction at B. So using the condition of equilibrium, you can find out the value of Ra and Rb. You find out that value and compare your value with this value. Then you plot the shear force diagram and you can plot the bending moment diagram. Okay. So this is the end moment and this is the net bending moment diagram. Or you can plot it in this way also. Your bending moment diagram can be like this. And so we can show it in the superimpose. We can superimpose. So this will be your end moment diagram and this will be your free or span moment diagram. और ये पूरा complete magnitude रहेगा WAB by L. तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ I have written 123.45. That means this shaded portion moment it is 123.45 and this is the end moment 71.35 and this is 120.71. So this is either you can plot the bend. This will be your final bending moment diagram, and this we can say this is net bending moment diagram. This is the net bending. मतलब net moment कितना है ये? This is the whatever the shaded portion here, that is your net bend. So this is your net bending moment 123.45. Okay. So that you can find out. After getting the reaction, you can find out the moment under the load. Okay. So this is the change only in this problem. This is the 3-span problem. Only the change is that as I is changing, your MS by ER diagram will get changed and accordingly you have to solve the problem. Okay. So this is the 3-span problem. Okay. So you just go through this problem and try and understand how to find out the end moment values using the column analogy equation. That is the indeterminate moment. And then final moment you will get by subtracting it from the determinate moments. Okay. So this is the first type problems. 3 problems I have covered. But you just go through this problem and try and understand it. Then next problem I will type 2 problem. It is that it is the यहाँ पे सिर्फ आपको कैरी ओवर फैक्टर एंड स्टिफनेस फैक्टर कैसे फाइंड आउट करना है वो सिर्फ यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है. सो दैट इज द कैरी ओवर फैक्टर एंड स्टिफनेस फैक्टर, दैट इज K. So value of K and carry over factor for member. So this is another type of the problem. This problem number I will you can see here. Determine the stiffness at A and B and carry over factor from A to B and B to A for the beam shown in figure using column analogy method. So this is the other type of the problem where it will be asked that you have to find out the stiffness at A and stiffness at B, which is denoted by Ka and Kb. So as you know that stiffness, it is force per unit displacement. Okay, so displacement, if you give the displacement as 1 unit displacement, so stiffness will be equal to force. So that stiffness value you have to find out at both the points, and also you have to find out the carryover factors from A to B and from B to A. Okay, so this is a given problem, and this stiffness value and carryover factor you have to find out using this column analogy equation. So here you have to find out the indeterminate moment, and after finding out that indeterminate moment, that will gives you the value of stiffness at A and stiffness at B. So this is a given beam here, and as only you have to find out the factor here, like stiffness factor and the carrier factor, there is a no need of loading. Okay, loading will not be given to you. Only you have to find out the stiffness factor and the carrier factor. Okay, so either this problem will be split in another problem, or whatever the analysis problem you will solve, in the same problem it can be asked in a way that to find the stiffness and the carrier factor. So whenever you have to find out the stiffness and carrier factor, loading, external loading is not given. You have to apply the unit load, and accordingly you have to find out the stiffness factor. So one by one you will see how to find out that factor. So it will be sufficient that if I'll take one problem, then it will be easy to you how to find out that stiffness and carrier factor. So again the same steps you have to follow. There is no need to find out the degree of static indeterminacy, because we are not making as a determinate structure. Only need is that you have to plot the analogous column section, and accordingly using that analogous column section you have to find out the property, and then by using the column analogy equation you have to find out the indeterminate moments at A and B. So here you can see that A to C the moment of inertia is 2I, and C to B is the moment of inertia is I. So again you can say that the column analogy method, it is used to find out the carrier factor and stiffness factor for non-prismatic members. Non-prismatic means for changing moment of inertia. So there is a one way with the use of that we will be able to find out the factors. So first of all, the step 1 will be to plot the analogous column section. So analogous column section, now you'll be able to draw the analogous column section. So it is nothing but 1 by EI diagram. So A to C, the moment of inertia 2I. So this will become 1 by EI, that is 1 by twice EI, and C to B it is I. So this will become 1 by EI, exactly opposite to this. This width is 2I given problem, this is I. So when you plot the analogous column section, this will become 1 by EI. So 1 by 2 EI, this ratio is 0.5, and 1 by EI, this ratio is 1. So naturally your analogous column section, this width will become less than this width, and length of the member will be same as 8 meter. So you can see this is the analogous column sections I have plotted. This is the analogous column section. So 1 by twice EI. So this width is 1 by twice EI, and this width is 1 by EI. So you can see that, you can see this width is less than this width. So again you divide this into the two sections, that is you'll get the two rectangles, section 1 and section 2. So again same process we have to follow after plotting the analogous column section. So then you have to find out the area of the analogous column section. So area of the analogous column section A1 plus A2. So that is L into 1 by L. Length will not get changed, only the width will get changed. So that is 1 by 2 EI. Matlab when we plot it at, we have to see the ratio and accordingly have to plot it. Okay. So this is L into 1 by EI, section 1 and section 2. So L into 1 by L is 4. So 4 by twice EI plus 4 by EI. For second rectangle, area is 4 by EI. So total area of the given figure will be 6 by EI. Total area will be 6 by EI. Then you have to locate the centroid of the given figure. So again the same equation you have to use, A1x1 plus A2x2 divided by whole area. So first rectangle, so CG of the first rectangle will be Reference point will always be your this corner joint. Okay, so 4 meter. So CG of this rectangle will be 2 meter and CG of the second rectangle will be 4 plus 2, that is 6 meter. Okay, so accordingly you can find out. So 2 by EI into 2 plus 4 by EI into 6, you will get X bar is 4.67. So after getting X bar, you can locate the value of, we can locate the YY axis. So this is the CG we have located. So 4.67 means this यहाँ से यहाँ तक 4 meter है, तो just after this you can locate the CG of the, so this is the CG of the analogous column section located at a distance of 4.67 from this reference point, 4.67. So we have located YY axis. So after location of this CG, you have to find out the moment of inertia of this analogous column section. Okay, so again using the parallel axis theorem, you can find it out. So this also I explain you how to find it out. That is dB cube by 12 plus A1 into X bar minus X1 whole square plus for second section. So D is your 1 by twice EI into the length. Okay, that is 4 cube. So after solving this is only you keep in mind that here the equation will be A1 into X bar minus X1 whole square. So after simplifying this, you will get IYY, that is 29.33 by EI. So first step, in the first step, you have to go with the same step, only there will be no step of the DOSI calculation. Okay, so first step you draw the analogous column section, then find out the area X bar and find out the moment of inertia. These all values will be used in the column analogy equation. So that's why first of all we are finding out this value. After that, then the next step, to find the stiffness at A, you don't have to make the determinate structure. So directly we'll, in the step number 4, we'll find out the stiffness at A, which is denoted by Ka, and carry over factor from A to B. Okay, the first part we will complete here. We'll find out the stiffness at A and carry over factor from A to B. So for that, if you want to find out the stiffness at A point पे stiffness निकालना है, so you have to apply the unit load. We are considering as the external loading is not given in such type of the problem. So for that we have to apply the unit load at that point where you have to find out the stiffness values, stiffness or carryover factor. So if you want to find out the stiffness at A, you have to apply the unit load at A in the upward direction. If you want to find out the stiffness at B, you have to apply the unit load at B. You have to apply the unit load at B. So accordingly, we will apply in the first step, we have to find out the stiffness at A. So we will apply the unit load P is equal to 1 at A. And as we have located the CG of the analogous column section at a distance of 4.67 from point A. So P locate किया है A पे, stiffness at A, इसलिए P directly A पे locate किया है, and this is the X bar about YY axis, that is 4.67, and total distance is 8 meter. Total distance of AB, it is 8 meter. So this remaining distance will become 8 minus 4.67, that is 3.33. A to B distance is 8 meter, and this is the YY axis, that is the location of CG of the analogous column section. So this you can plot it in this way also. We can show it in this way, or simply we can plot it a simple line, single line, like here YY axis, and we have applied the load here, that is 1. at A, because we have to find out the stiffness at A, and this is x bar, okay, which is equal to 4.67. So same we have shown it here, only I have represented this analogous column section with the one line, okay. So P is equal to 1. So then we have to note down the properties of the loading. So in the next step, after applying the unit load here, what is the properties of the loading? The properties of the loading may, here you don't have to plot the MS diagram or MS by EI diagram, okay, because we don't have to do the analysis of the beam, only we have to find out the factor, stiffness and carryover factor. इसीलिए सिर्फ अपन यूनिट लोड अप्लाई करेंगे ए पे, क्योंकि स्टिफनेस ए पे निकालना है, ठीक है. सो देन इन द आफ्टर अप्लाइंग दिस लोड, so the total load we have applied is P is equal to 1. In the properties of loading, the total load we have applied is equal to 1. And then in the second this, you have to find out the eccentricity of this loading from CG. So CG of the analogous column section we have located, and load is applied here. Load is here, and CG of the analogous column section is 4.67. So what is the eccentricity of this loading about YY axis or from YY axis? What will be the eccentricity of the loading? So eccentricity of this loading will be this distance. Eccentricity of this loading will be this distance, because P is not located in the middle of this analogous column section. It is located exactly at the corner of A, because we have applied it at A. So this is the P. So load is equal to 1. Total load is equal to 1. Then you have to find out the eccentricity of this loading, of this P from CG. CG से eccentricity locate करना है. CG से locate करना है मतलब YY axis से locate करना है. तो वो distance जो रहेगा वो रहेगा x bar of your given figure. That will be your x bar of your given figure. So that x bar is 4.67. Okay, but whenever we are calculating the eccentricity of the loading, we are following the sign convention that if eccentricity or load is located on the left of CG, we are considering it is negative. If it is located on the left of CG, it is considered as negative, and if it is located on the right of CG, it is considered as positive. Okay, so E is, the value of E is nothing but x bar, which is 4.67, but as it is on the left hand side, E will be minus 4.67 because left of CG. As it is not written here, you just note down this why it is minus. Okay, so that you will not get confused at the time of solving this problem. So eccentricity is nothing but x bar ही रहेगी, that is minus 4.67. Then third property will find out the moment of inertia about this YY axis. Only यहाँ पे change होगा, load is equal to 1, eccentricity will be x bar of the given figure, then moment of inertia about YY axis. So P is equal to 1 and E is equal to minus 4.67. So you'll get the moment of inertia, m by y will be equal to minus 4.67. So P value we are having, E value we are having, and we are having value of m by y. Okay, so only what changed while solving this problem, after finding out the properties of the analogous column section, stiffness निकालने के लिए जिस पॉइंट पे स्टिफनेस निकालना है वहां पे आपको यूनिट लोड अप्लाई करना है. तो आपको लोड की वैल्यू 1 रहेगी. एवरी टाइम योर लोड वैल्यू विल बिकम 1 and your eccentricity of loading will be the x bar of the given figure when you applied it at A. B पे change हो जाएगा. Then find out m by y. Then the next step will be use the basic equation of the column analogy. You have to use the basic equation of the column analogy. that is mi p by a plus myy by Iyy into x. So only the change will be the value of P will be here 1, A will be area of the analogous column section plus myy P into E, that is minus 4.67, and Iyy, it is the moment of inertia of the analogous column. So we will solve this problem and you will get the equation in terms of x. So that you will get in terms of EI. You will get the value of indeterminate moment mi in terms of x. Then again you have to find out the indeterminate moments at A and B. So again you can show it on the single line. This is the YY axis. This is the CG of the analogous column section. Again A is located here and B is located here, and this is the x bar of the given figure, that is 4.67. Okay, and total span is 8 meter. Total span is 8 meter. So this remaining distance will become 8 minus 4.67, that is 3.33. So MIA at x is equal to, you have to put the value of x here. So x यहाँ से यहाँ तक CG से A point कितने distance पे लोकेट है? 4.67. Nothing but x bar always. Nothing but x bar always. But we have put it in minus because located on the left of CG. A is located on the left. So minus. So you'll get, you just solve this, you'll get this value in terms of EI, that is 0.909 EI. Then MIB 0.167 EI minus 0.159 EI into x. B is located to the right of CG at a distance of, अभी ये distance निकालना है तो total span minus x bar of your given figure, तो वो है 3.33. Located to the right of CG, इसीलिए plus. So you will get minus 0.362 EI. So after finding out the indeterminate moment at A and B using the column analogy equation, यहाँ तक as it is है. Only change जो है सिर्फ अपन ने लोड अप्लाई किया है 1 यूनिट at A. उसके बाद after finding out this indeterminate moment A and B, your answer will be, answer जो रहेगा, what you have to find out? Stiffness at A, which is denoted by Ka. So stiffness at A is nothing but indeterminate moment at A. Stiffness at A will become indeterminate moment at A. So that value of stiffness at A, it is nothing but 0.909 EI. In every case, using the column analogy method, if you want to find out the stiffness at particular point, so whatever the indeterminate moment, you will get that point, that will give you the value of stiffness. So which is equal to 0.909 EI. So stiffness at A, you are getting in terms of EI 0.909 EI. So either you can write down this answer, but stiffness, it is always in terms of EI by L. Stiffness is always related to the I by L value, okay, EI by L. So if you want to write down this value in EI by L, so K will become 0.909 into EI into L by L. So EI by L, so 0.909 into L, EI by L. So if you keep this EI by L term constant, so 0.909 into L, so length of the beam is 8. So after simplifying this, the value of K will be 7.272 EI by L. If you want to write down the value of stiffness in terms of EI by L, it will be 7.272 by EI by L. Only if you want to write down the value of stiffness in terms of EI, it will become 0.909 EI. So this is your answer for the stiffness at A, which is nothing but MIA. Okay, then this is the first answer we have find out, that is stiffness at A. Then carryover factor from A to B. So this formula, ये formula आपको ध्यान में रखना है. If you want to find out the carryover factor from A to B, so that you have to write down in mod A to B. So the carry factor from A to B, MIB by MIA, ये फॉर्मूला आपको ध्यान में रखना है, एंड दैट यू हैव टू टेक इन मॉड. तो ये फैक्टर आपको मिलेगा. तो MIB जो है मॉड में लेना है, मतलब माइनस है तो प्लस हो जाएगा. तो 0.362 डिवाइडेड बाय 0.909 EI will get cancelled. So carry over factor from A to B, it is 0.398 from A to B. If you want to find out the carryover factor from B to A, so that will become MIA divided by MIB. Okay, MIA divided by MIB. B to A है, so MIA by MIB. A to B है, it is MIB by MIA. ये आपको ध्यान में रखना है सिर्फ. Stiffness at A, it is nothing but MIA. So we will put this value. So we'll get the carryover factor from A to B. It is 0.398. So first part of the problem is considered. It's covered. That is, we have find out the stiffness at A and carryover factor from A to B. A to B only, it is equal to MIB divided by MIA. Then the second part, you have to find out the stiffness at B. You have to find out the stiffness at B. So to find the stiffness at B, in this next step, you have and carryover factor from B to A. Your question will be like this: stiffness at A and B, and carryover factor from A to B and B to A. A to B के लिए MIB by MIA and B to A के लिए MIA by MIB. And stiffness at A के लिए apply unit load at A. But here now you have to find out stiffness at B. So to find the stiffness at B, that is KB, and carryover factor from B to A, apply unit load at point B. Apply unit load at point B. So now we'll apply the unit load, that is P is equal to 1 at B, because we have to find out the stiffness at B and we have to find out the carryover factor from B to A. We have to find out the, that's why we'll apply the unit load here. Now you tell me what is the properties of the loading. Next we will find out the properties of the loading. So what is the total load? Total load will become P equal to 1. That is given here. What is the eccentricity of the loading from CG? This is the CG of the analogous column section. CG of the analogous column, this is 4.67. It is located from A. तो B से कितने डिस्टेंस पे लोकेट हो गया? टोटल 8 है. So 8 minus 4.67. जितना स्पैन है minus x bar, you will get the location of this y axis from point B, which is equal to 3.33. So what is the eccentricity of this loading about y axis? What will be the eccentricity? Eccentricity of this loading from y axis. You can see here directly you'll get, so eccentricity of this loading. This load is applied at point B. What is the eccentricity of this loading about y axis? Means this much distance. Okay, eccentricity you say, or it is a perpendicular. So what is the eccentricity of this loading from y axis? It is equal to 3.33. Okay, whether plus or minus?
Plus.
Whether plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus.
Plus. Q because located on the right of CG. A point में eccentricity क्यों negatively? क्योंकि located on the left of CG. ये आपको ध्यान में रखना है. A के लिए x बार मतलब E था और B के लिए total span minus x बार आपका ये distance रहेगा because B is located on the right of y. Then we can find out moment of inertia. Moment of inertia नहीं, moment about y axis, that is P into E. So P is 1 and E is 3.33. Okay, so you'll get the moment about y axis. So after applying the unique load, these three properties you have to find out, which is called as properties of loading: total load, eccentricity, and m by y. So that you can see in the next slide. Total load is equal to 1, E is 3.33. Okay, it is plus because right of CG, then P into E, m by y 3.33. Then use next step, use the basic equation of column analogy, that is P by A plus m by y by I by y into x. P is equal to 1, area of the analogous column section is 6 by EI, plus m by y is 3.33, I by y is 29.33 by EI. Put the value in the equation, you will get this in the terms of x. Then find out MIA and MIB. MIA and MIB. So again, MIA x it will be x bar, which is equal to minus 4.67. Okay, left में इसलिए minus. Then MIB at x is equal to 3.33. सेम ही रहेगा. डिस्टेंस A का लोकेशन देखो और B का लोकेशन देखो y एक्सिस से. A इज लोकेटेड लेफ्ट में इसलिए माइनस, B लोकेटेड राइट में है इसलिए प्लस. सो पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ x हियर. X is minus 4.67, x is 3.33. You will get the value of indeterminate moment at A and value of indeterminate moment at B. Then what will be your answer? What is your answer? What you have to find out? Stiffness at B. What is your answer? Yes, tell me. What is stiff? यहाँ पे आपको stiffness at B निकालना है. Second इसमें फर्स्ट इसमें स्टिफनेस एट ए निकाला, कैरी ओवर फैक्टर फ्रॉम ए टू बी. अभी आपको स्टिफनेस एट बी एंड कैरी ओवर फैक्टर फ्रॉम बी टू ए निकालना है. सो व्हाट इज योर स्टिफनेस एट बी? व्हाट इज योर स्टिफनेस एट बी? यू हैव दिस टू वैल्यूज, MIA, MIB. So what is stiffness at B?
0.543. MIB.
5. Stiffness at A यानी MIA, that is from the first two equations we have taken. अभी B के लिए निकालना है तो वहीं से आपको आंसर नहीं मिलेगा. B के लिए निकालने के लिए अपने को B पे यूनिट लोड अप्लाई करना पड़ता है. तो यहाँ पे जो आपका आंसर होगा, तो स्टिफनेस एट B, it is nothing but MIB, which is equal to 0.543 EI. Or if you want to replace in terms of EI by L, so this will become 0.543 into EI into L by L. So you will get EI by L. So 0.543 into L. So L is 4 meter. You will get that, and then carry over factor from B to A, so it is in mod MIA divided by MIB. So what is your value of carry over factor? Calculate it and tell me the answer. माइनस है तो प्लस हो जाए. सिर्फ B to A है तो MIA by MIB, A to B MIB by MIA. So what is this value you are getting? This is 0.543 EI. If you want to replace it, EI by L, multiply this into L. So you'll get 0.543 into 8 into EI by L. And tell me the value of carryover factor. So this is how to calculate the values of stiffness and the carryover factor for both the ends, A and B. So KB is 0.543 EI. EI by L में उसको L से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो तो आपको मिलेगा 4.344 by EI by L. और carryover factor from B to A MIA by MIB. तो MIA की वैल्यू है 0.360 EI, MIB है 0.543 EI. Put that value, you'll get the factor, and that carryover factor it is 0.662 from B to A. 0.662 from B to A. So this is the second answer, carryover factor and stiffness at B. So in this way, you have to solve the second type of the problem in which there is only the calculation of stiffness factor and the carryover factor. Yes. So this is the second type of the problem I have completed here. इसमें ज़्यादा कुछ चेंज नहीं रहेगा. अगर स्पैन भी चेंज हो रहा है आपका, मतलब 3 स्पैन बीम है, जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने 2 स्पैन का प्रॉब्लम लिया है, अगर 3 स्पैन का भी प्रॉब्लम है फिर भी कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा, एनालॉगस कॉलम सेक्शन आपका सिर्फ चेंज होगा. जैसे यहाँ पे 2 स्पैन है, तो अगर 3 स्पैन भी लिया तो सिर्फ आपका एनालॉगस कॉलम सेक्शन चेंज होगा, लेकिन आपको जो प्रोसेस है ए और बी वही फॉलो करना है. स्टिफनेस एट ए निकालना है तो ए पे यूनिट लोड लगाओ, स्टिफनेस एट बी है तो बी पे यूनिट लोड लगाओ. 3 स्पैन भी अगर रहे तो सिर्फ एनालॉगस कॉलम सेक्शन जो रहेगा वो 3 सेक्शन में आएगा, 3 सेक्शन में डिवाइड होगा, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली उसका एरिया और मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया and x bar calculate होगा. Okay, so it doesn't matter that whether the beam is 2 span beam or 3 span beam. What we have to calculate is that stiffness at A and B. So only that change will be there. Other steps will be as it is. A पे निकालना है तो A पे लोड लगाओ, B पे निकालना है तो B पे लोड. Okay, this is how I have completed this unit. Okay, you just go through the notes. Okay, where there are I have solved 3 problems for the analysis and 1 problem for the calculation of these factors. You just go through the notes, and if you are having any doubt you can ask me. Okay, so this is I have completed the 4th unit. So Thursday you are having the class, but I have finished it. So on Thursday I will take the section B class. So you need not to join to that class because I will repeat the same thing to class B. Okay. So only I will upload the quiz on that day. You just attempt that quiz because on Thursday attendance will be calculated on the basis of quiz. Okay, so I'll upload this notes. You just go through the notes. Wait a minute, I will take the attendance.